On a special update episode of Project GripS14, we get crazy with engine swap options. It's been a couple months since we've updated you on Project GripS14. If you don't remember, I have a spun connecting rod bearing. Whoa! And at this point, we've been debating what to do. The rebuild option is a viable one with the SR, but when you add it up, it's like $3,000. And I mean, we talked about this, Dave. It's like that kind of money can buy you a really good engine. The SRs these days, they're just getting old and tired. When you rebuild them, you got to spend a lot of money, because if I was going to do it, I would do it right, and that's replace everything. So for 3,000 bucks, I'm like, what can I get to swap in there? And the 2J obviously is a super popular swap. It's been done many, many times. It's proven. It makes big power, but I don't think it's exactly the best kind of setup that you want for the racetrack, right? It's heavy. It's got a lot of front overhang weight. So we thought, well, what about the Rotary? Just kidding. That's actually Ken's engine. We thought it would be funny to put in there. It would be pretty neat to put a Rotary in this car, but I've seen them blow up one too many times where I'm just like, no, no thank you. So the other option we were thinking of is a K series. And that right now is at the top of our list, but we're debating some problems with the oil sump not fitting properly. So we're gonna get to that eventually to try to test fit one of these. However, right now, what the goal is, we gotta remove this motor and get it out of the engine bay.
Look, everybody, it's a Ken wagon. He's gonna do things. He's good at pulling motors because he's good at blowing them up, especially in Suzuki Swifts.
Suzuki Swift. I thought you were going to say a Rotary thing. My Rotary's been reliable. Okay?
It has been reliable. More reliable than Pete's SR, that's for sure. So step
What
one.
does that say?
What does that say? Yeah. I'm not sure.
That doesn't bode well for the SR then.
Or maybe it just doesn't bode well for you, Pete. I don't know which. One or the
Well,
other.
I think buying junkyard SRs is not a good idea.
Yeah, that wasn't your best decision of 2016. But it's 2017 now, Pete. It's a new year, and you can make better choices.
A new year, a new me.
That's right.
A new 240.
That's right. We're going to make this car good. Make it fast and reliable.
We'll try.
Instead of just fast-ish. So, step one to pulling the SR is draining all the fluids by the look of it.
That is the step to pulling any type of engine.
It's true, not just an SR. It's a good idea to
Oh,
Oh!
the coolant is cold. Nothing like being at a cold shop and then having a bath.
It is
Cold coolant water.
below freezing in here for sure.
Yeah. But see, I was smart and I actually put proper antifreeze in so it didn't freeze.
Good call.
Yeah.
Look at that humble brag, everybody. So step two, pulling the rad out, Pete? Is that step two on this deal?
I mean, there's 10 different ways you can do it, but we got to pull the rad, disconnect a bunch of turbo components, intake, exhaust, intercooler piping,
Wiring harness.
transmission wiring harness, and then yeah, we're done.
All right. Ken's just disconnecting the charge pipes on the intercooler here, which raises an important question, PT. To boost or not to boost?
NA is best for track life. Everybody knows that. Not a lot of power, but we'll see. That's kind of why I like the K series engine. Revs to 8 grand. You can make like 250 to the wheel with it. It's lightweight. And it's a 4-cylinder. And I know what you're thinking. SR20 VE, which is the non-turbo version of this. But that engine doesn't have much support and doesn't make that much power either. So that's why I'm thinking about the K.
You know, the K's like the boost too, buddy.
I know. So maybe there's boost in the future. But for now, I want to live that NA life for a bit.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, interneters, hit them hard with your hate in the comment section. Just in case you're wondering, this K20A2 is not going in the S14. I repeat, it is not going in the S14. If a K goes in there, and I think it still is a big if, it'll be a different one than this. This is for a special project that we will reveal to you guys soon. That wire should be connected to something.
My Defi gauge wire is snipped in half.
How did that happen?
Somehow, I don't know. Magic.
Somebody slipped
Damn
with a
it.
tool? Is that what happened, Pete?
I think I slipped with the cutters, yes.
Uh-huh. And Ken was over
Accidents
here
will happen.
shaking his hand like something happened. You all right? Did you draw blood?
Yeah, no.
Just a knuckle?
Yeah, my dome saved it. My hand dome.
Update PT, what's going on?
Radiator is out. I got the fuel lines disconnected. Harness is off the engine. I think Ken disconnected the downpipe. He's draining the transmission fluid. So we are getting close to putting an engine hoist on here and loosening the mounts and trying to pop it out.
And then what? Bonfire?
And then, I don't know. Maybe we see if that K motor fits in here.
Yeah, I like the sound of that.
Right?
Yeah. All right, Ken's taking a little break from wrenching here to get a quick workout in. Do some deadlifts.
Yeah.
Show us what you got. Man, that FD is light, huh?
Oh yeah.
Either that, or Ken is one strong son of a bitch.
Last thing he needs for this to fall off the jack stands though. Look at that.
That's right. We do anything for our art. Pete's favorite part of the job,
Laying on my back.
on the freezing cold cement.
Yeah, you said it.
It's like a meat locker in here.
Thankfully, we're not going to be under here for too long. I just got loosened the engine mount bolts, or I should say nuts, and then the trans mount cross member. And what we're going to do here is take a chance. I'm not going to disconnect the drive shaft. Usually what you do is take it off at the rear diff and slide it out. I'm just going to leave it and pull the transmission and engine forward, which should pop it out of the back of the trans, and we'll go from there. Because as you've probably noticed, in the back, there's very little space for us to work. So
Yeah, it's tight.
There we go. That seems like it.
okay, let's see where we're at here.
You know, if Moose was here, he'd have this thing on the floor already.
There.
Yeah.
Look at this magic. Look at my feet, Pete. DP.
Yes, the old foot push move, huh?
Okay, now we gotta pull this up now.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
Come on, Superman. Talk a big game. Let's see the hernia happen here.
Pull it out, Kev. Pull it out.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Jackson the way over there.
You good? You good? Oh, yes.
All right, drop this beast. You know, if we don't use wood, someone's gonna chirp us on the internet.
You gotta
Go
use
ahead.
wood. It's the wood that makes it good, PT.
So long, SR.
It's been nice knowing
Nice
you.
knowing you.
Time to blaspheme you Nissan people with a little K20 engine fit up in the S14.
Honda K-Power.
Little classic RSX Type S action happening here.
We already know that the oil pan obviously is not suited for
It
a
is
rear-wheel drive application.
Yeah, it's a big bulky
So we're
pan.
just gonna check it to see, by some odd miracle, if it may fit.
Yeah,
But odds are it won't.
it is a big bulky pan.
So now we're kind of resting.
That's high.
It's resting on the cross member, but
Yeah, well, and it's way too far forward.
it is way too far forward. You're right.
Well, if you go back, you're definitely gonna sit higher.
The
Yeah,
problem
so
is, if you
the
go back,
pan
then
is
the
right.
pan's like right in the middle of the cross member.
Well, that's kind of, and that's the whole debate here is, I can kind of understand why there haven't been many people that have attempted this and made it work, because the sump on this engine is going to be right directly in the middle of
the cross member.
the
yeah.
cross member. Yeah.
Yeah. So you either need a custom pan.
Well, so what I think we're going to do now is just let's pull the oil pan,
Yeah.
and then we can try to put it back in, see if it's even remotely possible, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah. I mean, if the pickup's where the cross member is, you're kind of fucked, aren't
we're
you?
kind of screwed. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you get into customizing the subframe and redoing everything, but I'm not sure that's the path I want to take at this point.
Mm-hmm.
See, this is bad news here.
Yeah, where that pickup is.
Normal, conventional. I don't want to say conventional, but
Rear-wheel
all the
drive,
other
yeah.
rear-wheel drive engines usually have a tube.
Yeah.
And as you can see on this front-wheel drive application, the entire oil pickup assembly is cast A. There's no tube, so this is
It's right in the
really,
middle of the motor.
really bad news for us in terms of being able to make this engine fit without having to completely remodify the subframe. Not good. Not good at all.
Well, maybe that's a good place to end this, Peter. Leave the folks hanging.
Yeah, I guess why don't you guys post in the comments what you think we should do at this point.
Is this part of your Lady Gaga routine, Ken?
It is actually.
Ooh, ga, ha, ha, ooh, ha, ha.
All right.
Regular wrench coming up.
Sorry, ratcheting.